Welcome back to the second part to this tutorial. Today we're going to look at creating a second level, and the same piece applies to the third, fourth, fifth, etc. Alright, so what I'm going to do is, because there's no code in here, these are just instructions, I'm going to manually go through them and make sure that you understand what's going on. Okay, so last we left off, we had a functioning game that stopped on level 2. And once I collect my key, I set my key to go off screen, I touch my door, I make it to the exit. Fantastic, everything works. All right. Now, there's a few things we need to do to make sure everything works correctly. If I were to keep all of my code, I'd have a lot of duplicate code. So my key up and my key down aren't going to change because that's what allows me to move. What is going to change is what I contact within my main loop. So to make sure we don't have any errors, when I hit test my exit level and my has level 1 key, I made sure to remove my event listener. Now, what this does is it prevents anything on the frame number 1 that has the main loop on it to carry forward onto frame 2. All right. Now, because I have all of this stuff already pre-written out, I can just simply copy it up to my main loop, Control C, go to frame 2, and I can paste it. Now that I have my function, I need to have a caller for my function. Okay, and I already have that on frame 1. So I'm going to go back to frame 1 and I'm going to copy main loop listener. This just saves me a bunch of time with typing, including spelling mistakes. Now I will yield an error with this. So to make sure things are nice and clean, I'll call this main loop 2, function main loop 2. There, that takes care of that. Now within here, I still have my Mario. He's still on my screen because I deleted everything else from my last video. But I no longer have platforms. So what I need to do is I need to create another set of platforms, and if I want to, another set of keys or another set of anything. Now I currently set my guy over here because as he hit my door, he got set up here. So what I can do is on frame 2, I can say you start over here this time. Okay, and I'll have to change in code that he is now going to 125 and to, let's call it 225. And we can do that after the fact. Actually, let's do that right now. 125, 225. 125 and 225. 125 and y is 225. Good. All right, next thing I need to do is create some platforms. So I have some lovely brown selected. I'm going to create one, two, and three, just because. Why not? Selection tool, select all of them, F8 to make them into a symbol. Now make sure that your registration point is at the top center. Okay, hopefully it's there by default. If not, make sure you change it. Doesn't matter the symbol name, but now instead of calling it platforms, I'm going to call it platforms 2 to keep things nice and simple. Okay, now that I have that called platforms 2, I have to go back into my code, find anywhere I reference platforms, which for me is on line 19 and roughly line 24. So platforms 2 and platforms 2. So in the last one, I had a key and I also had an exit. If I don't have a key, I won't need any of this stuff. Got too much in there. There we go. Delete. So if I hit exit, let's just call this one exit 2. Do exit 2, what's going to happen? Backspace, backspace, go to and stop 2. I don't have 2 anymore. Now I have 3. Stage dot remove listener, so I don't have any more errors. Main loop 2. Make sure I correct that. And I'm just resetting him to whatever space this is. Okay, 125, 225. That's one from frame 1. Here. 125, 225. Whew, good thing I caught that. Okay, make sure I'm on the right frame for that. Now, it doesn't really matter where he goes, but what does matter is because I now have go to and stop 3, I need to make a third frame. So F6, I have myself a third frame. I'm going to delete that. And just so that you guys know that I have a third frame, I'm going to call this level 3. Okay, and we'll end it there in terms of the game. Now you can keep going if you want to go for stronger, but for the sake of today, we'll do that. F9, actions panel, and I'm going to put a stop command. So typically, after your stop or at the end of the game, you want to have a button that says play again, restart, and then you change some variables around like your speed gets higher or you have extra baddies or whatnot that are tuning around. So let's just check it out and see if everything is working because I'm sure I missed something. Alrighty, so now I definitely have some errors. I'm going to close out of there, compile errors, access of undefined property exit to. That's right. So on frame 2, where I actually say we're going to exit, I need to create myself an exit. And we'll do that. Sure, why not? Make it into a symbol, double click, F8, doesn't matter what it is. We'll call this exit 2. EXIT 2. Okay. Now when I contact exit 2, it should allow me to go through. My key, level 2. Okay, fantastic. I still have my keyboard controls. My platforms work first try. And then I'm on level 3. Fantastic. So just like that, that's how you do it. When you go into your actions panel, just like how you have a hit test object, you could have tweens of bad guys moving back and forth. You could have spikes they could contact. You could have a death sequence. Okay, there's a lot of things you can do with this. So we're going to stop there for now, and hopefully this is going to help you move along with your code. See you on the next one.